Hey y'all, hey. Let me make sure I'm up in the places I'm supposed to be. As you come in, let me know you can hear me and see me and all the stuff. I got like six Facebook windows open. I don't know why. There we go. So, listen, I wanted to come on and share this with you guys. For those of you who are new to me, I am Tarkessa Colvin. I am the CEO strategist, and I'm a business consultant. I do all the things when it comes to business, as far as helping CEOs really understand how much their vision is needed to drive the business, but also how the systems and the processes and the people that they have in place should support that vision. Um, why do I do this work? I do this work because I accidentally built a business and was dove head first in the hustle and grind. Like, I didn't mean to. That wasn't the goal, but I did. And when I did that, that business made I allowed the business to make me sick. And so, what I wanted to come on and share with you today, for those of you who have been connected to me for a while, you know I am in the process and I'm speaking with and preparing several speakers, like 20, I think it's 29, maybe 30, over 25 speakers at this point for the Pampered and Paid Summit. So, hey, I don't know who that is. It just says Facebook user. Let me know who you are. Here's the thing. Today was a very busy day for me, but I don't have very busy days very often. And the reason is because of boundaries and the things that I've simplified in my business, and the way that I've set up processes and documented certain things. And that's today when I was working and I was talking to one of the speakers, it came to me that simplifying your business care. And I was like, you know how they say in church, I almost threw my pen at the screen. Like, I meant that with everything in me. Like, simplifying your business is self care. And self care is any process, anything that you do or put into place, or time that you set aside so that you are considered and your needs are taken care of. To define self care that way, then of course, simplifying your business is self care. I'm so excited about that. Like, that is so important. We think self care, and one of our speakers, she just came right out and said it. She said, "Hey, Tommy," she just came right out and said, "Self care is more than bubble baths." I was like, "Oh, this how we starting? This what we doing?" She's like, "Yeah, it's more than bubble baths." At this point, I've talked to a number of therapists. I mean, personally, but I mean for the summit. I've talked to a number of therapists. I've talked to a number of health and wellness specialists. I've talked to entrepreneurs. I've talked to nurses. Like, the list goes on. Chiropractors, um, certified wellness and dietitian. These people have all the letters after their name. And one of the things that I have learned, what we have perceived as self care is just the tip of the iceberg. Like, last night I spoke to one of the speakers, and she's a health and wellness specialist, and she said, going to get a manicure and a pedicure, that's maintenance. That's not self care. And I was like, okay. So, like, they are pulling back the layers in a big way. And so I wanted to hop on here today and just say, and just show you how simplifying your business is self care. So for me, mental wealth, aka mental health, it's critical. It's very important. It's something that we are very aware of in my household because, you know, whether you're talking to my kids or my husband, each one of us, we deal with stress and challenges and anxiety in a different way. And so when you incorporate being a business owner into that, it is crucial that I have a strategy and an understanding of what I need to secure mental wealth and to maintain mental wealth. And it's like, okay, but what does that have to do with your business? So check this out. So as a business owner, if I am spending hours and hours and hours comparing myself to, I see Tommy on here, I'm gonna pick on Tommy. I see myself, see, I'm out here and I'm comparing myself to Tommy. That's negatively impacting my mental health. And so then the other part of that is that impacts how I show up in my business, for myself. So having systems that simplify and that allow me to be consistently online, because people always say, "You always online." I'm really not. I am really not. I actually am not a social media person. And I know that probably, but I don't like, if there's anything else I could be doing, I want to do that. But there's systems in place. There's tools that I use, resources, team members, uh, different tools, different things that I can outsource to, schedulers, all of the things that'll allow me to show up consistently without stressing myself out, without being like, oh, I got to do what Tommy did, or I got to do what this, or I got to do what that is simplifying a system to protect my mental wealth. That's self care. That's being aware of what I need, how I need it, both in my business and also knowing how your business is supposed to benefit you. That part right there alone. How many of us have built businesses that are just jobs? Think about what you had that didn't care anything about you. Like we've had them, right? Like you were going for the paycheck and they wanted you to come for the paycheck, and that's all they was worried about was you were basically a piece of office furniture. You were a piece of equipment that they accounted for. You were a part of the machine. Think about that and think about your company that you built, your business that you built. When you look at those or you think about those things, how different are they? How different is the job that you were so happy to leave in comparison or side by side with the business that you built today? If you don't see clear, distinct differences, it's time for you to make some different decisions. You guys know my story. So I am sharing this from a place of I've been there and I work very hard not to go back there every single day. When I feel myself working myself in my business without any concern for my health, have I rested? You know, if something's going on in my life, have I been given the time to properly grieve or adjust, or find myself showing up no matter what? And I know we've all heard that. I have to, that doesn't work for me. It's not healthy for me to show up no matter what. Maybe it is healthy for you. I don't know. But you've got to figure out what that is. But for me, it's not healthy for me to show up no matter what. Um, that means that I'm ignoring myself. I'm ignoring, that means I'm setting a standard to continue to do that and for others to do that too. And that's not what I'm here for. I have matured in a way that lets me further know that has led me to understand that I have to consider myself and I have to help others to consider me. It's not selfish. It's self. And so when I say that simplifying your business is self-care, what I mean by that is, look, Facebook, YouTube, all of those tools, they will allow you have tools on there to schedule whatever you need to post in a group or on your business page. Like you can do that. You don't have to feel strapped to, chained to, tethered to social media. A lot of times for a lot of people, that's anxiety. It triggers anxiety. The other part of that is, and this this came up again with all of these super smart, super heart centered people who were having these real conversations about how they had to turn their lives around, how they created the processes and the frameworks that they help people with, even medical, like medical professionals. They're like, hey, my life was not, I wasn't happy. I was going to work and I was drained and all. They created these processes to get themselves out of those situations. And now they use those same processes to help other people. That's what we all do, right? But there's so much that we do on a day-to-day basis. Some of it falls into the category of being our strength, and some of it falls into the category of being our weakness. We are so used to, and I don't think like where it comes from, we're so used to, it's a habit. Like I believe with everything in me, it's a universal habit to try to strengthen weaknesses as opposed to operating in the strength. Whatever your strength is, if you operate in that strength and delegate the weakness, delegate, outsource, whatever, you want to redistribute, however you have it. But if you navigate that way, think about how much progress you can make and how much peace you can create. Well, yesterday I was designing, where I was updating an Access database where I keep my client files and information, and I decided, you know what, I want another report, and so I was like, well, I designed the database, so I can go ahead and do the report. Guess what? I couldn't, because I couldn't remember, which tables had relationship stuff. I couldn't remember, so I was like, you know what? When I found myself about to Google how to do it, I was like, nope. What I can do is just get somebody else that this is what they do all the time to do it. That was the best thing to do, because what would have happened is I would have went down a rabbit hole on Google, and before you know it, 2 3 hours passed. I probably wouldn't have eaten dinner. I wouldn't have been able to unwind, sleep. Like, I know this about myself. Now my strength in that moment was that I understood, I created the thing already. Like, that part I did. My memory was the weakness. I couldn't remember how I did all the things. But I made an executive decision to outsource where I was weak instead of dealing with the trickle down effect operating in my weakness. I hope that makes sense to y'all. Like, I really wanted to come in and just express how powerful it is to understand that simplifying your business is self-care. What's the simplest way to bring your vision to fruition? What's the simplest way? Do that. I saw a post earlier today. One of my good friends, she said, to her audience, she's like, whatever your financial goal is for maybe the week or the month, I can't remember. She said, why don't you just create a package for that number? Simplest way. That's the simple and direct route. So simplifying your business is self-care. And then the second thing I want you to remember is this. It is much easier, much more productive, and it brings you much more peace to operate in your strength and delegate your weakness. And that's life. That's not even just business. That's life. If you if you're a writer, if you do your best work writing in the notebook, write it in the notebook. And you're not a typist, then get somebody to type. Or get the little software where you speak it and the thing type for you. Like, simplify whatever the process is that you're using to support your vision. That's what one of the speakers that I was talking to today, that is what he specializes in. So I can't wait for you guys to really hear like all of the wisdom and knowledge that has been unleashed inside of Pampered and Paid. So that's all I had to come and share this information with you, because it was I couldn't let it go. But yeah, change your perspective. Think about simplifying your business as self care because it is. And it will totally, it's just a different lens that you will make decisions through and all of that. I hope that was helpful. If you are watching, come back on the replay, or you come back on the replay, drop hashtag replay in the comments. If you got questions, if you got comments, tag your biz besties, because the goal is not for just one of us to win. The goal is for us all to win. So, like I said, if you're coming back on the replay, drop hashtag replay, tag your biz besties. Feel free to share this, because we're not the only ones who have just made things a lot harder than they have to be, and that is there. That ain't it. So I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all evening, and I'll see y'all next time.